Hey guys, how's it going? This is going to be a general reading for both Cancer and Leo for March 2025. It's going to be a bones and charms reading for each sign done separately. So we'll get into that in just a little bit. But I do some incense first to kind of clear the energy. Then we're also going to do a quick sound bell to do that as well. And then we'll go ahead and get started. Everyone is welcome regardless of where you may have Cancer and Leo in your individual birth chart. All right, and if you find the reading doesn't resonate, always feel free to check not only your sun sign, but your rising and ascendant sign, and also your moon sign, okay? Because you may find a lot of messages in those different horoscopes as well. All right, so with that being said, I hope everyone is doing well. And we're going to go ahead and just, like I said, clear the energy with a little of this matchstick incense that I have from the Bones and Charms. I also want to check our sound real quickly. And here's a little incense for you guys. Make sure our sound is good and that we are going live on Facebook and all that good stuff too. So let's just make sure real quickly. Okay, so Facebook is good. And now to check our sound. Okay, so sound is good. So I'll just put this off over to the side here and put the incense over here as well. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and do our sound bell here. This is also a great way to clear energy, to check in with your body, take a couple of deep breaths if you feel you want to. And it's also good for me to check in with my guides and all that good stuff to make sure that I am open and clear to deliver the messages as clearly and precisely as possible for you guys. All right. So if you're sensitive to sound, it does get a little loud. You can feel free to turn it down temporarily if you need to while I do the sound bell. All right. So this is going to be for Cancer 2025 for March. All right. So go ahead and just kind of rest this over here. And then now we'll get into shuffling the bones and charms. So that's when I have to shuffle them in this little bowl that they're in. So again, if it gets a little bit loud, you can feel free to like temporarily turn it down while I do that. And yes, thank you guys for your patience and understanding and all the things, and for your energy for being here. And spirits, please guide my hands. Messages for Cancer Sun, water sign Cancer for March 2025. What does Cancer need to see? What does Cancer need to know? For the highest good. Messages for Cancer. Messages for Cancer for water sign Cancer, the crab. For March 2025, Spirit, guide my hands. Spirit, guide my hands. Messages for Cancer. Spirit, guide my hands. Spirit, guide my hands. Messages for water sign Cancer, the crab. For the highest good. from March 2025. What do they need to see? What do they need to know? Messages for Cancer. Messages for Cancer for March 2025 for their highest good. Spirit, guide my hand. Spirit, guide my hand. Messages for Cancer. Messages for Cancer for their highest good. For March, messages for the crab. Water sign Cancer for March 2025. Messages for Cancer. Messages for Cancer for March. Alright, so I know we had a jumper, pretty big one, or it sounded like it go that way. Okay, yes, I can see it. Hold on. So I'm going to make sure that it's still in its section, okay? But yeah, we had the Buckeye jump all the way out there. So now I'm going to move in a couple of the bones and charms that I can. So in a few moments when I bring the camera down and you guys can see everything better, some of them will be easier to already see. And so as I bring them closer, it doesn't change their meaning. They're still in these little sections that we'll talk about in a second. It just is easier, right, for all of us to kind of see. Okay, guys, just bear with me 1 second. Almost done. They're just really tiny, so I'm trying not to change their placements too much. Okay, and the other ones we can flip over as we go through, because if they're under too much stuff, I don't want to like disturb it until we get there. Okay, so don't worry, again, you'll see it better in just a second. But I also want to take a quick moment to find out where Spirit wants to start this reading, since every reading is different. Okay, so just bear with me. Spirits, where would you like me to start this Cancer reading? Spirits, guide my hands. Okay. It's like right there. Just want to make sure. I'm going to put my pen there. Just double check the other area real quickly. Spirits, where would you like me to start this Cancer reading for March 2025? Yeah, it's still there. Okay, so looks like Spirit wants to start this time, Cancer, in relationships and love. So this is all types of relationships, romantic, platonic, with friends and family, and self-love. So we're going to do that. But then, of course, we're also going to go over real quickly what the other sections are before we get there. All right, so anyway, I'm going to go ahead and bring the camera down now so you can see everything. All right. Let me just pull my cord a little bit like that. Okay. So, Cancer, if you can see, it looks like your bones and charms this month are pretty spread out. Okay. Looks like you have stuff going on in all the different sections, and relationships and love, and work and money, and spiritual and conscious, and body and mental health. But it does look like your busiest sections are probably going to be work and money, and body and mental health. Okay, so these two going across. Doesn't mean that there's not stuff going on here as well, but Spirit may want you to focus more on these other areas. Okay, but again, this is a general reading meant for multiple people. It's not a one-on-one individual reading, so always take what makes sense with you and kind of leave the rest behind. All right. But like I said before, they did want to start like right here in relationships and love. Okay. Um, so we'll do that in just a second. But I wanted to say too that whatever falls outside the black part of the mat, it's still in those individual sections that you can see, like with the dotted lines. It just means that it's past energy, and you could say that the black mat is future, current, present energy. Okay. Now, the other thing to note too is that whatever falls in the center circle, okay, is going to kind of affect all the different areas. All right. So you have quite a few things going on there this time for sure. All right. So we'll definitely come back to that. But I just wanted to show you a little bit. Okay. And then I'm going to flip this over too. And I'm going to take your picture at the end of all of the bones and charms. That way I do always post it on my Facebook page in case anybody wants to go back and look at it later. But I've been trying to wait to do it towards the end. That way, if there's still ones we need to flip over, that, they're all flipped over by the time I take the picture. But all right, so now let's get into this relationships and love section, okay? So they're pulling me right here in the center, but I want to start too a little bit in the past and what's in this section. So this is kind of where roughly the dotted line is, okay, that separates this section and the one above it, all right? So it looks like we really only have 4 pieces here in this past energy. So we have that buckeye that kind of jumped off the table. We have the horseshoe and the ladybug over here. We have the whale vertebrae bone. Let's see if I can get that out there. And then we also have one of the coyote penis bones over here. Okay. So we have masculine energy here. As a stereotype, right, we could say higher vibrational masculine energy would be me being more proactive, assertive, or aggressive in a certain sense, right? But we all have masculine and feminine, okay? But it looks like here in the past, in terms of someone's relationships, one relationship, one type of relationships, or all relationships, perhaps somebody or some energy was thinking a lot about what their support system is, right? So again, whether that's romantic love, a work partnership with friends and family, mental health care practitioner, all of the above, or one of them, or all, I don't know. It's different for everybody, okay? But there was probably a lot of abundance here and good luck as well in this past energy. And what is the past? This could be a couple of days ago, weeks, months, years, whatever the past is for you, okay? And also, as you come to this whole reading, right, like this could be about you, Cancer, or someone else, or multiple people, or just your general environment situation, okay? But I can see that as we move forward in, right, there's a big transformation happening in the relationship area here for someone, or just for the energy with the butterfly. And there's also a lot of clearing and cleansing going on with this broom here as well, okay? And some of you might know, and if you're not into astrology, you may not know, but right, we have Mercury is going into retrograde this month, which affects communications. We also have Venus going into retrograde. So I think total we have like 3 or 4 planets and an asteroid going into retrograde. So it means to like go back over something, to slow down, to revise, renew, or release. Okay, so the fact that we have the broom here in the relationships area really does make sense too, as far as like the general astrology for the collective. Okay, and I also really like over here as well, Cancer, that we have part of this green lucky rabbit's foot that is going into your relationships. All right, so lots of good luck showing up here as well, which is really cool. Okay, and if we go this way, all right, to follow what's like on the line and then crossing over into this section, the first thing is we have this raccoon penis bone here, and then we have the angel coin on top of it. So Penis bone represents, again, divine masculine energy and being more proactive or assertive with maybe like someone here or an energy getting in touch with their spiritual team, whether that's ancestors, spirit guides, guardian angels here. But there's all of this like beautiful safety, a sense of safety or safety energy, okay, because we have the safety pin kind of right underneath it here. And then we'll go over this way in a little bit, but we do have also that Norse symbol for protection, okay? So it's like your spiritual team is saying you're safe and you're protected, right? And we also have masculine energy going this way here, Cancer. So we have the raccoon claw here on top of the masculine symbol. We have the listening bells here. We have the fish vertebrae, and I think it's on top of, yes, the strawberries, okay? And then we have the frog there. So I kind of like roughly put it back the way it was just so you can see. So a big thing during this time could be listening here to your support system here, Cancer, again, regardless of whatever you consider your support system, and going over the details with something here with those people, because there is some type of leap of faith here that perhaps you or someone else or the energy is wanting you or someone else or the energy to do, okay, here with the frog. But it's like the frog's leg, one of its legs is underneath that fish vertebrae, okay, your support system, and then it's leading to the angel coin, okay? So it's like you're supported on either side. Like you're supported here, Cancer, with your spiritual team. You're supported here, let's say, with your 3D physical world human team and animals, etc., people on this plane, okay? So I definitely like all of that, all right? And as we go this way, because all of these things are touching and they're crossing the line, so they also still apply to the relationships and love section, all right? So laying on top here of that Norse symbol for protection, we do have the alligator claw. And then underneath that, we have that second raccoon penis bone going this way. Again, masculine energy. So alligator claw, just like over here with your lucky rabbit's foot, represents good luck, but it's also manifesting, right? Because it's a hand, it's a claw, it's reaching out for something. So if you can see here, Cancer, it's almost reaching for the key or for answers to maybe some relationship things going on, okay? But there's also a very beautiful supportive energy here with the witch charm kind of half hiding underneath the Norse symbol for protection. So this is my symbol for a friendly type of energy or a group of friends or one friend that again is just letting you or someone else with the energy know that there's a lot of protection here, okay? Now, as we go this way here, Cancer, this could have something to do if you have children or someone else's children in the 3D physical world, or it could, and or in addition to, it could also be just something about inner child, okay, or childlike energy here showing up. What it's really beautiful is underneath it, we have the lizard, so it's like healing energy, definitely showing up here as well. Sorry, there's like a little hair. I was trying to move it, but that's okay. I'll just leave it. And Cupid's on the other side, and it's Cupid's arrow is pointing to the baby, and it's pointing to this beautiful healing energy here. So I definitely like that, and also kind of hiding underneath here. I want to see if I can pull it out without. Well, I'll just move everything. Okay, because we also have the chair under there, which I didn't see. The seashell here represents basically something from the past or longing for something for a long time. So here, Cancer, this could be someone or some energy longing for something to do, like feeling safe within the home where you live, okay? Or it could also be, if it's not about like physically where you live, it could also be like, well, where do you feel at home in all of your relationships, right? Where do you feel that sense of safety and healing and this kind of gentle energy of the baby? Okay, so I definitely like that too. So let me just kind of roughly put it back the way it was. Um, Now, if we continue and go this way, because these are all touching as well, Cancer, here we have the skeleton hand, which just like the angel coin represents past on loved ones, friends, family, ancestors, spirit guides, etc. Your spiritual team showing up here. And someone is chewing over and digesting and thinking a lot about this here with the human tooth bone. And then we have the feather is laying on top of the pea stuffs. I'm just going to flip them over. Okay, so you can see, and then that other raccoon claw was right here as well. Okay, so this is like your spiritual team and you or someone else or the energy, Cancer, is like thinking about how to keep clearing things so this peaceful energy can show up in our relationships. Okay, so that's really cool, and again probably goes along with a lot of the astrology coming up for this month. Now if we go this way, okay, we also have the bat here is touching that raccoon penis bone, and then we have the book charm and we have the freedom cuffs. So the bat is another symbol for good luck as well. Sorry guys, let me mute my phone. Thought I did already. Sorry. Hold on. Okay. Silent. All right. Cool. Sorry guys. So I was saying that the bat also represents good luck. Okay, but it's also like subtle vibrations. So you or someone else or the energy could be getting some type of information through some type of subtle communication or vibration that has something to do with freedom or a sense of freedom here. But this feels really good, like whatever this is, again, because it's a general reading. It's going to be a little bit different for everybody. Okay, so I'm not going to talk about this other stuff here because it's not touching any of this. So we'll leave that for later in the other section. But I also kind of want to go back here just for a brief moment to talk about a little bit about what's in the center before we move on to the next section. So in the center circle where all the things, all the sections are intersecting, okay, and things that are also still on that line that are going to be, excuse me, applied to the relationship section that we're in is here we have the turtle, and then we have the corn charm, and then we have the mountain charm, okay? So there's a real need to go slow with something here, Cancer, and plant the right kind of seeds of something of substance, something that's going to provide nutrients in terms of your relationships, because there are some challenges, or because of the challenges, or the challenges would be like the catalyst to then go slow and plant these seeds. So if you see me before, I've said it like a couple of times, maybe a million, but I'll say it again. Like, this is not just planting flowers and something pretty. This is planting something that we can eat. So it's kind of like a similar metaphor for the relationships, okay? Now, the other couple things that are like a little bit touching each other and crossing into the center circle is we have the scissors here, okay? Over here, looks like we have one of the coyote penis bones, which is then touching the conch seashell. On top of the scissors is the money bags. Over here, we've got the 4-leaf clover, and then it looks like there's something else here. Maybe the witch charm. Let's see. No, it's the envelope charm. Okay. So I'll just kind of like roughly put that back there, but I still want to be able to see that, or you guys see it. And then this is also touching the fish going that way, but here I can see, Cancer, that like with all this good luck and this clearing and cleansing and cutting away of something to bring even more good luck and abundance in terms of your relationships and how to have more success and prosperity here with the fish, There's both masculine and feminine energy here, okay? So soft receiving feminine energy, higher vibrational feminine energy, and masculine higher vibrational energy is being proactive or assertive, let's say. But there is some type of communication here with this envelope charm. So it could be a communication that is coming from you to someone else, or from someone else to you, or just in general from your spiritual team. But it brings in like all of that good luck as well, okay? And then also on the other side of this green lucky rabbit's foot, look, we have our first honeybee there, okay? So this is about like individual power and community power here in our relationships, like just making sure that with all this good luck, there's like a clear path of like how much effort someone is making, or you're making, Cancer, or the energy, and just making sure that there's that sense of community as well as like the individual power and taking things on, okay? Now, as we go this way, the last two things I'll kind of say here is that we have a little bit of Pegasus, the winged horse, and then we have the ship charm, and they're just like a little bit, in that center circle, but they're all touching each other too. So, with all of these changes going on, and remember we did say transformation in the relationship section with the butterfly, there could be this sense of um, wanting to travel or wanting to feel free. There could also be something going on here in terms of being by water and how healing it is for all this abundance and good luck to come in and to receive it, okay? But yeah, I definitely like this so far for you, Cancer. So now let's kind of pull back out for a second and move into your next section that we're going to do is your work and money over here, okay? And we're definitely going to talk about the things out here in the past, because that's where you have the majority of your bones and charms in the past is in this section, okay? You have a little bit over here, but they're mainly all here, okay? So again, the past could be subjective. It could be a couple days ago, weeks, months, years, whatever makes sense for you or someone else, etc. But we have our first skull here in the past, okay? And where we find a skull can tell us a lot about where someone's mind is at, or where it was, or where it will be. Okay, so you have one all the way out here in the work and money. So someone could have been thinking a lot about their job, how they make their money, their finances, or how they're generally valued in the past, okay? And I can also see here, Cancer, that somebody in the past or energy was also thinking a lot about, because we have two teeth bones here. One is the deer tooth and one is a human tooth. So it's like chewing over and digesting how to get back to a sense of purity or gentleness on one side, and then on the other side work with the Saturn energy that gets us serious, organized, paying bills, getting things done right as it applies to work or money or finances or values. So I see both of those things here present in the past. And this yes coin is also here. It's half in the past going this way and half in the future, current present energies. And I just want to make sure I can see the dog ankle bone, but I want to make sure. Okay, so yeah, we also have Pisces, the twin fish there, okay? So I'll just kind of like gently see if I can leave it like that. Okay, well, close enough for now. So you can see all those elements. This yes, okay, is coming in, and it started in the past and it's still going on because of some sense of flexibility here, whether this is you, Cancer, with your work or money or finances, or someone else, multiple people, general environment situation. Now, this could have something to do with someone who's a sun sign Pisces, or where you even have Pisces in your chart, or even Pisces season. But if it's none of those things, or in addition to those things, it could also just represent like, where do we go with the flow? with this kind of yes energy and that flexibility energy that the dog ankle bone was showing up as well. Okay. Now, if we go this way, the last couple things here in the past energy for work and money, we have the leaf here, we have the spider and the spider web, we have the sun charm, we have the cloud, we've got the question mark, and we have the wish charm. Okay. So, here in someone's work environment, because that's what the spider and the spider web represent. So, if the spider catches the fly or anything goes in the web, it shakes the whole web. It like reverberates, right? So, this represents someone's work or money or finances or values environment. In the past, there could have been a lot of questions and a little bit of confusion here, but there was also this big wish for happiness, okay, with the sun. And there was also like a clearing energy or a cleansing energy that maybe started in the past as well here with the leaf, because the old leaves fall off the tree to make room for the new leaves, right? So when this started here in the past, Cancer, um, because of all of those things going on, there could still be a little bit of the stagnant energy showing up here with the lock, but it's not touching anything else over here. So I wouldn't like worry or focus too much on that. But if you're trying to figure out, well, how do I get rid of this stagnant or stale energy that's not moving in terms of work or money or finances or being valued, then perhaps there's a teacher, a mentor, a guide here with the apple charm that can help you, and or it could be your own leadership qualities coming through as well. Okay. But also with this star here, Cancer, it's like keep following your North Star in terms of your work and money and finances. Now, I want to kind of see what is going on inside of this turkey wishbone here and a few of the other things that we haven't talked about yet. And then we'll still talk about these things again, but more in how it relates to work and money and less before like relationships. Okay. But these we haven't talked about at all yet. So here, because they weren't touching each other, if I show you this way, this is not touching that, right? But if I do it that way, it looks like it is. So it can be kind of confusing. But anyway, here I see Cancer. We've got the ship charm inside here. We've got the elephant. Okay, it looks like we have the bicycle underneath. We have the feminine charm, and then we also have the bow and arrow here, okay? So someone is still, or the energy here, Cancer, is chewing over and digesting with this human tooth bone how to wish for all these things and make it happen, right? So there could be some memories about like where you find or where someone else finds or where the energy finds their freedom and safety with their work, their money, their finances. There could also be memories here about past jobs or money situations. Could be memories about traveling here, like wanting to travel for work or for the money. It also could be here, Cancer, that like there is this feminine energy showing up with the feminine charm. So that soft, receiving, higher vibrational feminine energy is maybe helping like facilitate all of those things. And here we also see that bow and arrow. So that represents what are our work and money and finances goals, right? So where do we pull back the arrow and try to hit our target, okay? So this could have something here, Cancer, to do with the Sagittarius or during Sagittarius season, or where you may have Sagittarius in your chart, but it doesn't have to be. It's just really about those work and money and finance goals, okay? Now, very close but not touching over here, we have the seahorse showing up, okay? So that's my symbol for family. So it could be blood family, it could be whoever is your tribe or your people, right? But they are like right on the outside of those wishes, okay? So they're just showing up there. And now, of course, if we are supporting like other family members or even friends or whatever it is, your tribe, even if it's not with money and work, but with our energy or our values, that does make sense, like why it would be there as well. But it just kind of like a side note, okay? Because if we go this way now, there is some type of perhaps like information that you receive or you give or you just get in general here that has something to do with like your subtle vibrations and how to find a sense of freedom, right? Freedom handcuffs, but also safety. So with the ship anchor, we drop our anchor when we need to stop and we lift it when we need to go. So there could be something here about like, well, what are the subtle vibrations at work or with the work, the money, the finances, or being valued? Um, and also something about being proactive or assertive with this, like your spiritual team wants you to do this or they're helping support this, because there's also like someone or some energy chewing over and digesting how to keep clearing things that are no longer useful with the work, the money, the finances, and trying to manifest that beautiful, peaceful energy with the work and money and finances too. Okay. Um, so that's really interesting. Now, as we go this way, if we pick up and move that alligator claw, right, we did have the chair underneath it, and then we have the seashell charm. So here, Cancer, this is like being proactive and assertive and clearing energy and focusing on, well, where can I feel the peaceful energy with the work, the money, the finances, so it can be more peaceful at home, where you live, is one way to look at it. The other way, or in addition to that way to look at it, could be like, well, where do I feel at home with the work, the money, the finances too? Okay. Um, so there's a lot of protection here though around this, and good luck as well, because the alligator claw represents striving and good luck and manifesting. And remember, it's like reaching for the answers, the key charm. Okay. Um, so, this is just really cool here, Cancer, because this group of friends or this friendly type of energy with the witch charm hiding underneath there is like equally supporting this. Your loved ones over here, romantic, platonic, self love, all the things, they are also wanting you to have this beautiful healing energy um, at work with the work, the money, the finances, or your sense of being valued. This could also have something to do with either your children or someone else's in the 3D physical world, or in addition to that, just like this childlike energy showing up here. Okay, so we know too, going this way, because they're all on the line and touching each other and in that center circle, all these things, they also apply to the work and money. So there's a need to go slow here with something, Cancer, to plant some seeds of substance with the corn charm, because there are maybe some challenges or challenging energy. But if we cut away the things that are no longer useful with those pair of scissors here and focus on this sense of freedom or wanting to travel or be by water, that this is going to bring more abundance with the work, the money, the finances. This is going to bring more success with the fish there, bring more good luck again with the 4-leaf clover. And then we had both that masculine and feminine energy here with that coyote penis bone and the conch seashell. So like having a balance between those two brings even more good luck. And then with the envelope charm there, there could be some type of letter, message, document, or information twice. Okay, in work and money, you have it here and over here too. So this could be information that you get or you give, or it comes in general. But there's all this beautiful good luck around it. And it could have something to do here too with your individual power and how it shows up with the work, the money, the finances, and also the sense of community power with the work and money and finances as well. Okay. Now, not only is there all this protection here and good luck and all these things, if we also go this way, because all these things also are on the line and touching each other, here, Cancer, your spiritual team again is like, yes, be proactive with the work, the money, the finances, because you are safe. Okay. They want this double masculine energy here, raccoon penis bone, and then with the masculine charm. Okay. Because there could also be some type of leap of faith here that your support system, friends, family, romantic lover, etc., whatever your support system is, wants to help you with this, and they want you to go over the details of the paperwork, the just the details, whatever, how that relates to your work and money and finances. Okay. All right. That's a lot, but we got it. Okay. So now, with that being said here, Cancer, I want to move into your body and mental health section, okay, over here. And then we'll end over here in the spiritual unconscious as the last one. But yeah, what I can see here, if we go all the way back out in the past, the only thing that's showing up here is the hummingbird, right? And so when we're talking about body and mental health, perhaps in the past, someone or some energy was doing what you or them was naturally good at, was not caring necessarily what other people think in terms of their body and mental health. Okay. And because of that, in the past, there could be a little bit of more of like an emotional thing showing up here now. Maybe now someone's caring more about what other people think, or they're not trusting in their own intuition, something here in terms of somebody's health. Okay. But whatever this is, it's not a huge deal because it is separate from all of these other things. But we just still have to like go over it real quickly. I also see here, Cancer, with this dragonfly here and then the crown all the way out here, that someone's next level in their confidence or in their own leadership qualities and how it relates to how they take care of themselves or you take care of themselves is definitely showing up here. And what are the body and mental health goals in the future? This could also represent a doctor, a teacher, etc., right? That maybe is going to help you or someone else, or reinforce things that maybe you already know. But there is a big thing going on here for nutrition for somebody, with the fork lying on the word body here. But it also could be, what are you digesting mentally, right? What are you watching? What are you listening to? Like all those things. It's not just the physical body, okay? But look at all of this good luck in your health, right? Like the majority of that green lucky rabbit's foot this time is all in this section. So with that, I would say whatever it is that you or someone else has been doing, keep continuing to do that, because there's just all this abundance here. Also with the nutmeg over here, okay? And we do have the mermaid right next to it. So this could be like longing for good health with the body and mental for a long time, or even stuff from past lives showing up here with the mermaid. Okay. And then as we go this way, even more good luck with the 4-leaf clover. Okay. So triple good luck so far. All right. And this over here, this honeybee, now when we talk about it in terms of body and mental health, it goes kind of back to the crown, because it's like, well, what is my individual responsibility to take care of myself or someone else? And also, what is the community responsibility? So to work with doctors, trainers, mental health care practitioners, whatever it is. So that kind of, they just kind of like echo each other there. All right, I want to move this over for a second so you can see a little bit better. Now, there also could be some type of message or opportunity that comes in here, or comes out from you, Cancer, about your health or someone else's. And it's really interesting because, let me turn the camera this way. If we see, well, hold on. Let's see. Nope, like that. Okay, sorry, I'm doing this the opposite way. So here we can see that little figure like meditating on the mat, and the envelope charm is almost like it's coming out of the stomach area, right? So this makes me think of like, um, when yeah, it's confirming something here. This is something like somebody already knows, or it could be for a small few, since it's general reading, like something, information about their stomach health, or even about, if it's not your physical stomach, it could be like your energetic chakra area in your stomach. But it is kind of interesting the way that it fell like that, okay? Um, so just, keep that in the back of your mind. But I also really like, I'm going to turn it back this way. Sorry, guys, it's hard for me to do it that way. Um, is that we have that feminine energy here with the conch seashell. Again, we have the coyote penis bone here, so masculine energy coming in. So they're both, that higher vibrational masculine and feminine energy are supportive of cutting things away. If there are some health challenges, cutting things away that are no longer useful, so you can have, or someone can have, more abundance with their overall body and mental health. Um, Again, there's a big thing here about nutrition for some people, but not everybody. Okay, with the corn charm showing up, and how it relates over here. So the need to go slow too, with like also our health goals. So, it's what, March, the third month of the new year. So, if we're feeling a lot of pressure to change a lot of things with our body and mental health, or someone else's, or just the energy, it could also just be like, one step at a time, and kind of be gentle with yourself here. Okay. But I also really like this, if we go this way, with the ship charm here, and then Pegasus, the winged horse, they're all kind of touching and going a little bit into the center circle, is this sense of freedom. Like if we have a more healthy body and mind, perhaps then maybe we can travel somewhere. Um, or it could also be just talking about being close to water and how healing that is, or gives this sense of freedom for both the body and the mind. Okay. Um, Now, the last, well, not the very last, but this other piece I wanted to talk about here too, because it's not touching, but it is on the line, so it's definitely applies to this one as well. Is here we have that second honeybee, okay, and it's on top of the armadillo vertebrae bone piece, okay, and so it's like double support system showing up here, like there is a very supportive energy, um, that is like, again, like both of your honeybees, okay, can apply to this section as well. So it's like community, individual support, okay, but it really feels like community, especially over here, for some reason, okay. So if you need help, or someone needs help with the body and mental health, don't feel weird about asking for that assistance, okay, and however you may do that. Um, Now, individually, too, it could be saying something because the armadillo animal has that hard outer shell. It could be talking about needing to not take things so personally, or like needing to toughen up in some way, and on the individual side, I don't know exactly, with that body and mental health, okay, to maybe make yourself or someone else like less sensitive here, for the overall health, okay. um, Now let's see. What else, let's see what is touching. So we talked about all of this. That's not touching that. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it, in terms of the body and mental health, because this is not touching either. Okay. So hopefully that made sense, but or will later. But now let's go ahead and move into your last section here, Cancer. This is your spiritual unconscious. You could call this your intuition, whatever word resonates with you. Okay. So I want to look at a little bit of the stuff in the past here and then move forward. Okay, so here we can see in the past we got the coffin charm, we have the bobcat tooth, we have a little bit of the skull in the past. Okay, this is our listening seashell. If we put it up to our ear and it was bigger, we could hear the ocean. And then we also have part of the rope charm. So here, Cancer, I can see that some energy or somebody or you in the past was thinking a lot about their intuition and maybe how to listen to your ancestors, spirit guides, guardian angels, people who've passed on, right? And something about like over time listening but also having boundaries with that. Okay, because if you have like really judgmental spirits whether they were human at one point or not, you have to have boundaries with them too, so you can't what was the way to say it, like just let them bully you, or not bully you, that sounds weird, just have those boundaries, right? So I just see that showing up here. Okay, um it could also be, if it's not that your spiritual team just wants you to make your own boundaries stronger. Okay, because this is the bobcat tooth, it's a cat, right? Bobcats are cats. So cats are really good at like, no, I got to do it on my terms. No, you can't pet me right now. No, right? So that does make sense too when we're talking about the spiritual unconscious, because that is our intuition. So your spiritual team could also just be like, if it feels like a no, then just say no, right? Um, Now let's see what else is going on here as we move further into the black mat. So over here we have the coyote claw showing up here. We have my symbol for Capricorn, the goat. We have Libra energy, the balance scales. My God, we have like a lot of zodiac stuff showing up here, but it doesn't have to be that. And then we also have Leo, the lion. Okay, so again, you could be dealing with a Capricorn or a Leo or a Libra or a season or something in your chart. But if it's none of those things, or in addition to those things, it could also be like, where do we have equal give and take, and how much effort we are putting into our passion and creativity when it comes to our spiritual unconscious and our intuition, right? Like what we feel when we're alone, when we're sleeping at night, like all those things showing up here. With this manifesting to quality, and if we also think about coyotes as an animal, they're a pack animal, they work together. So it could also be like, how can you work with your spiritual team and your intuition to get all of these things? Because as we go this way, Cancer, we have this beautiful feminine energy here with the seashell. This is the snake vertebrae that's kind of laying on its side. Okay, the backbone here. We have the lightning bolt is on top of the puzzle piece, and then we have the yin and yang. Okay, so this is like, with this soft feminine receiving energy that is naturally, like some people believe, more conducive to spiritual unconscious. There's going to be new ideas about how to again balance something, balance twice, okay, with the balance scales, and then the yin and yang. But it's like balance with our support system and maybe how that's changing, okay, because the snake as an animal, right, it sheds its skin, so represents evolution and change. So maybe your spiritual support system, or the way that you respond to your own intuition is changing, and there's like some new ideas coming in here. But whatever this is, it feels good, Cancer. Okay, so I definitely like that. Now right here in the center too, we have the cup showing up here. So this does represent emotions, and it's like laying right on the cross that's on the mat. So our emotions are our intuition, right? um, not, I mean, it's like learning how to use the emotions to to filter out the parts that are going to help us with our intuition. So seeing that there is just very natural, I feel. Um, Now, if we go this way, and then we have to go like back around a little bit because they're all touching each other, right? Is that there's also something about keep clearing, spiritually clearing and cleansing something here. There's somebody thinking a lot about that chewing over and digesting with the human tooth bone here, manifesting these things with that raccoon claw, to how to bring in a more peaceful energy, like your spiritual team wants this for you with a skeleton hand. Also, if we go this way, right, that alligator claw is reaching for the key. Like, what are my spiritual, unconscious, intuitive answers? How can I keep trying to find those answers and go after them? If we move that alligator claw, we also have, remember, the chair and the seashell. So here, Cancer, like this is about how do we feel spiritually unconsciously at home, okay? Um, with things that are maybe from even past lives, because there's all this beautiful protection here, okay? And there could be a friendly type of energy again with the witch charm here. So it could be a friend or a group of friends or just a friendly energy that wants you to know that you are spiritually protected, okay? And this also could have something to do with like 3D physical children, yours or someone else's. But it could also just be like your inner child work or this childlike energy that is bringing in this beautiful healing with the lizard that's underneath the baby. Okay. So I definitely like that. And also your spiritual team, they're like, you're protected here, then your angel coin is here, then you have that second raccoon penis bone, and then there you have that safety pin. So you're doubly protected and safe. Okay. Very beautiful. But they also still want you to be proactive and use this masculine energy here, perhaps to make some type of leap of faith with something to do with your spiritual support system here with the fish vertebrae bone and then the strawberry underneath it. So going over the details of maybe what that looks like. But if you think about it too, the frog is like pushing off, its little leg here is pushing off of that fish vertebrae. So it's using the support system to like gain some type of spiritual leverage or intuitive leverage, unconscious leverage, whatever it is. Okay. Let's see. What else did we forget to talk about? Last thing that is touching over here in terms of spiritual unconscious is that bat, okay, the freedom handcuffs and the book charm. So remember we said subtle vibrations or communications, because bats are blind, they can just communicate with sounds. So there's a big thing here, Cancer, about subtle vibrations giving you information, so you can have more of a spiritual, unconscious, intuitive sense of freedom, whether this is you or someone else, multiple general environment situation. So I feel like you already know this and you're like deepening this, or someone's deepening this here. Okay. So yeah, I feel like that was an intense reading, but it was really good. So hopefully some of this will start to make sense for you guys at some point, and you got something from it. But yeah, I think we're gonna go ahead now and switch over to Leo energy. So I'm gonna put the camera down for a little bit and just kind of put away the bones and charms, and let the crystals rest with it and clear the energy. But thank you guys so much for your views, your likes, your shares. They're all great free ways to support my channel here, since I am doing these readings for free, whether it's on YouTube, Facebook, and eventually Instagram and TikTok. All right. But yeah, let's just Oh no, did I take my picture? Crap. Now I kind of remember where everything was. Hold on. I did that too fast. I caught myself. Wait. This was over here. I knew I forgot to do something. Wait. This was over here. This was here. Oh no, I forgot to take a picture. Okay, this was here. This was here. This was here. Hold on one second, guys. I'm trying to remember where the twin fish was hiding under something. Where were you? Was it under here? Yes, it was. Okay. I'm losing my mind. I got it. Okay. Just took a second. All right. So let's take a picture so we don't forget. Okay. All right. Let me do that real quickly, guys. Let's see. Okay. And picture. Okay. Make sure it's focused. Yes. We got it. Okay. All right. So now we can clean this up. My goodness. It's not a big deal. Like I said, I just kind of take the picture so if people want to look at it again later without having to like rewatch the video, if they kind of remember the key points, they can look at it. But it's not a huge deal. It's just something I do. All right. Anyway, guys, let me go ahead and clear this away. We're going to clear the energy with another sound bell. Maybe a little bit of incense with our intention, of course, and all that good stuff. And then we'll see what Spirit has to say for sorry, not for Cancer. We just finished Cancer. For Leo. Make sure I switch this to Leo. All right. And I will be providing timestamps after the live is done for some people who may just want one sign over the other so they can get to it faster. Okay, so let's see here. And I'm going to go ahead and put the camera back up where it was for a little bit. So you guys can see me cast the bones and charms as it's coming in. Stay. Hopefully it'll stay like that. Okay. Hi guys. All right. So just scoot over here. Get our sound bell, and then also I'm gonna rotate the mat real quickly too. I have my eyes closed when I'm doing it, but that way I just don't really remember where things are. All right. Oh yes, incense. We'll do a little incense here if we have some left. All right. So you can use intention, you can use sound, and smoke to clear energy. And if you can't do stuff with smoke, you just do what you can. Okay. So I'm just gonna do a little bit because sometimes my allergies get to me as well. All right. Just gonna clear the bones and charms. Clear. A little bit for you guys. A little bit for me. Okay. Just let it chill out over there. Okay. Incense all over me. All right. So now let's take a couple of deep breaths if you feel guided with the sound bell. for me to check back in with my guides as well. And just, yeah, tune in for what spirit messages are going to come through for Leo. So if you're sensitive to sound, you can turn it down temporarily while I do the sound bell, in case it gets too loud for you. All right, but it's just temporary. All right, so this is going to be for Leo for March 2025. All right. We'll put that over here and just turn that off. All right. Now we're going to shuffle the bones and charms in this little bowl, so it will make a little bit of noise. Same thing. If it's too loud, turn it down for a little bit. But yeah, I do need to do this to clear the energy. So thank you guys for your patience and understanding. And Spirit, please guide my hands. Spirit, please guide my hands. Messages for fire sign Leo the Lion. Messages for Leo for March 2025. What do they need to see? What do they need to know? Messages for Leo. Messages for Leo the Lion for March 2025. Messages for Leo. Messages for Leo. Spirit, guide my hands. Spirit, guide my hands. Messages for Leo. Messages for Leo the Lion for the highest good for March. Messages for Leo. Leo the Lion for March 2025. What do they need to see? What do they need to know? Messages for Leo. Messages for Leo the Lion for March 2025. Messages for Leo. Messages for Leo. Messages for Leo. Messages for Leo. For Leo. Wow, that was fast. Okay. It's not a bad thing. Leo was like, I'm ready. I'm like, okay. All right. So let's move in some of the bones and charms that have gone a little bit further out. It doesn't change their meaning. It just makes it easier for when I bring the camera down for all of us to see. And then I'm just flipping over some of them that I can, that won't move too much around the others. All right, I think that's pretty good. I'm gonna take a picture now, but I'm also gonna remember to do it at the end in case there's a few I haven't flipped over yet. I just don't want to forget. Okay. Let's do it. Picture. Okay. So, with that being done, I'm going to find out from Spirit where they want to start this reading to, since it's different for every reading. So I'm just going to hover my hands over really quickly, and then we'll get started. All right, so spirits, guide my hands. Where would you like me to start this Leo reading? Where would you like me to start this Leo March 25 reading? Okay. I want to start all the way out here, so I'm going to put my pen there to remember. This other spot here in relationships and love was really hot, but this one was hotter, so we're going to go with that. So, yeah, let me go ahead and now bring the camera down so you guys can see what I see. All right, here we go. So Leo the line. Of course, your bones and charms came out real quick. Like I said, it's not a bad thing. But Spirit was like, I'm ready. So it looks like the majority of your bones and charms are pretty spread out. I would say that the two busiest sections definitely looks like relationships and love, and then also in spiritual and conscious. Yeah. So you have a lot of stuff up here as well, and kind of going around the side. Anything that falls off the black mat is past energy, and still in those sections with the dotted lines, right? So we have body and mental health, relationships and love, work and money, spiritual and conscious. Okay. But let's go ahead and start out here, where the energy was calling me in the spiritual unconscious. Okay. So let me not drop everything. Okay, move this over. Sorry, guys. So here, Leo, there's definitely like three things in spiritual unconscious in the past, okay? And two of them are kind of half in the future, current, present energies, but majority of them are in the past, okay? So we have the snake vertebrae showing up here, their backbone piece. We have the dog ankle bone, and then we have the broom, okay? So when we talk about the spiritual unconscious, this is our intuition, right? If it's another word that may resonate with you, or what you feel at night when you're alone at home and sleeping. There perhaps was something going on here, Leo, in the past, with your intuition or with someone else's, or the spiritual unconscious, where your support system or someone else's was maybe changing, okay? But there was a flexibility around these changes, or because of these changes, there was also a need to continue to do some deep cleansing and clearing that maybe started here in the past, okay? So that's really cool. Now, if we go this way, okay, here we have your first raccoon penis bone, and it is also on top of the pea stubs, and then the bat isn't touching, but it's really close by. So here, Leo, there is perhaps a masculine, divine masculine energy that wants you or someone else, or just the energy in general, to be more proactive or assertive about claiming your spiritual peace, your unconscious peace, your intuitive peace, okay? So I'm not mad at that at all, right? That is something we all have to do sometimes, and it's important, okay? I also feel here, Leo, that with the bat being really close by, the bat represents good luck, right? In lots of different cultures, but it also represents subtle vibrations, right? Since they are blind and they communicate only with sound. So maybe sound is going to be really important about getting back to this kind of peaceful energy within the spiritual unconscious this month, okay? whether that's music or just sounds that you create yourself, or you, whatever it is. I definitely see that like helping bring back this peaceful energy, or continue this peaceful energy. Okay, so that's really cool. Um, Now, as we go this way here, Leo, with your turkey wishbone here, um, and the mountain charm being inside of it, and then a little bit of this coyote penis bone coming in as well. Again, divine masculine energy. It's like if there are spiritual unconscious challenges um, that maybe we're not necessarily wishing for, um, but maybe we are, because in some sense, like, we all intuitively know that those things make us stronger, right? Because there is all of this beautiful protection here, Leo, and then look, there you are, right? If you're a sun sign Leo, or depending on where you have Leo in your chart, here you are, Leo, showing up in this section. So, Leo the lion. So, it could be that you're going to feel more like yourself when you know that you are spiritually protected, and you either go with the flow with something here, okay? So, here we have Pisces energy. This could have something to do with a Pisces, or during Pisces season, or where you have Pisces in your chart. But if it's none of those things, it's just really about going with the flow here and trusting that you are spiritually unconsciously protected. Now, also with this Leo the lion here showing up, of course, this could be you dealing with another Leo, or something about Leo season, or where else you may have Leo in your chart, but it doesn't have to be any of those things. It's just really about having the courage and the passion and the creativity to also draw on strength about something here with the chair behind it, Leo. Like, where do I feel spiritually unconsciously at home? Or something about your physical home where you live. If there's some challenges in the physical home, or challenges again about where you or someone else feels spiritually unconsciously at home, that it's it's not like it doesn't matter, okay? It's like there's a big thing here about boundaries. If we go this way, Leo, okay? That's where you're going to find your answers here, okay? So if we go one step at a time, right? This is the bobcat tooth, which is then leading into the deer tooth. Cupid is touching all of that. And then over here, we have the key charm. We also have the turtle charm. We have the fish charm over here, and the fish vertebrae. And I'll stop there before we keep going. But it's like these boundaries, just like bobcat, cats are really good at boundaries, these spiritual, unconscious, intuitive boundaries with all of our different people and forms of love, whether romantic or platonic. This is going to bring some spiritual, intuitive answers here for you, Leo. Um, but there's a need to definitely go slow with this, with the turtle, so it is successful and brings prosperity with the fish. There could also be something here about making these boundaries like very gentle in their approach, whether it's from you to someone else, or just in general, or from someone else to you. The deer as an animal is like this very gentle animal, okay? Or that's the way that I see it, all right? And that makes sense here too, like not touching any of the other things, but right here we have the feminine charm. So it's highly divine feminine energy is going to be more soft and receiving and gentle in a certain way, right? So that when that charm shows up in the spiritual unconscious section, it always kind of just feels like it's supposed to be there, be at home there, okay? Um, but there is also definitely something here, Leo, with our listening seashell here, okay? It is also touching the fish vertebrae. And then on the other side, we have our envelope charm. So here, Leo, it's like you or someone else, or the energy is really spiritually listening to your unconscious, to your intuitive nature, okay? Listening for how to be more supported, and you're going to get, it's like you get the message, or someone gets the message here, because they're listening, then they're going to get that envelope in the mail, right? They're going to get the letter, message, document. Okay. So either you give some type of message, or a message comes into you from your spiritual team or for another person, however it may come through. um, it feels complete because it's like, again, it's like a call and answer, or it's a listening and then an answer, right? Um, so that's really cool. Now, let's see, we're not going to talk about this stuff yet because it's not really touching, it's all the way out there. But we do have things in that center circle. Once the camera focuses, there we go. Um, Whatever's in the center circle and touching it affects all the different areas, okay? So we have a couple things right here. And is it touching? Yeah, it is. Okay. So we'll just talk about these few things here and then we'll move on to our next section. Okay, but these things still apply to the spiritual, unconscious, intuitive side where we're at, where we started. Okay. So we knew that the turtle was here, the need to go slow, but all of this good luck, okay, here with the 4-leaf clover, double good luck over here with the lucky green lucky rabbit's foot. Again, feminine energy that's supporting this. And what's under there is the safety pin, right? So it's like, again, something about feeling safe for our intuitive dreams here with the dragonfly. And look at this. This is so interesting here, Leo. So the whale vertebrae bone piece right here is literally on top of the fork, right? And so this is like spiritually, unconsciously, intuitively, someone is taking in all of their support. I know that's right, right? It's like, how do you say? Not being like afraid to take in the spiritual support, yeah, and feel the safety, um, and all of that protection. Because if we go this way here, Leo, and I'll just pick up and move this for a second, there's memories of this, okay, with the elephant. Elephants never forget. So maybe it's even from past lives or just from before, but it's like I intuitively, or someone intuitively, or the energies just intuitively knows that they are safe and they are protected, okay? Um, Now, this could also have something to do with taking on and eating. Remember that spiritual support, that would be, excuse me, that would be the individual. No, I'm sorry. Let's say it again. That would be the community power of the honeybee. Okay, so the honeybee represents community and individual power. So if we're individually, I just keep saying that wrong. Let me try again. If we are collectively, embracing our spiritual support system because we know it from before intuitively. Also, this is going to help someone's, or the energy with their individual spiritual and conscious intuitive um, responsibility as well. Does that make sense? Hopefully I said that right. Okay. So I'm just going to move that back there. Now, as we continue on, right, from this side, then here, the last few things we have is the baby with its face down. We have this second raccoon penis bone coming over this way. And then the baby is on top of the scissors. Okay. So someone here could be doing their spiritual, intuitive, unconscious homework when they're sleeping. They're clearing, they're cutting away, they're cleansing something. This could be you, Leo, or someone else. Again, multiple general environment situation. But there's a really like proactive energy around this, that assertive masculine energy around it. So I like it. It also could be, for a small view, talking about something where if you're getting too much sleep and it's not restorative sleep, then maybe change the number of hours that you sleep or change your sleep pattern or something, right? But I don't feel like that's for everybody, but I just wanted to say it because it came through. Okay, so that is, well, oh, I can't remember how the fork was. I'll have to go back to the picture. I think it wasn't touching that. So I think we're good. It was more like that. Okay. So now we've done all of that for the spiritual and conscious intuitive section. So now I think we'll go to your next busiest section, okay? That's where spirit was leading me anyway. So now we're going to go into relationships and love here, Leo. So this is all types of relationships. It's romantic, platonic, self-love, all the above, right? But I want to look at what's in the past here a little bit before we move onto the black mat. Okay, so if we go all the way out here, get a little closer, we do have the coffin charm here. We have the sun charm. We've got Jupiter, which is also right on the line if you imagine that dotted line going out. Okay, and we also have the masculine charm. Okay, so in the past here, Leo, in terms of someone's relationships, um, Jupiter could have been putting a focus on getting serious with what makes us happy in our relationships, okay? And our spiritual team, past on loved ones, friends, family, ancestor, spirit guides, they could have also been pushing for this a little bit to be more proactive with how we find our sense of happiness in our relationships, okay? Um, and also in the past here, Leo, there was a lot of thinking about how to have an equal give and take here with this Libra balance scales energy showing up. So um, this could have something to do with a Libra or during Libra season or where you have Libra in your chart or someone else. Or it's none of those things, or in addition to those things, it's just really about like where is the relationship equal give and take, where's the reciprocity, where's the sense of justice. So someone was thinking a lot about that in the past, and it's also coming in a little bit into the future, current, present energies here too. Okay, um if we go this way here, Leo, there's a lot of new ideas um that around healing in our relationships that perhaps your spiritual team also wants you to work on, or someone else to work on, or the energy in general if it's not geared toward a certain person. Because here we have the ship charm right on the line, we have the angel coin, we've got the lizard underneath, we have one of the coyote penis bones, and then we have that lightning bolt. So being proactive and assertive with finding our healing and our sense of freedom and safety in our relationship. So where do we drop the ship anchor when we need to stop, and where do we lift it when we need to go? I also see here, Leo, that there's like a lot of emotions around our support system in our relationships. And maybe in the past there was, and still currently going on because we're on the black part of the mat, some questions around the details in one relationship or all of your relationships. Okay, you're with the strawberry charm. But I can see that this emotional side with the support over time is going to lead to, number one, all this abundance. So here's your buckeye. Okay, that's beautiful. We want abundance in our relationships. It's what the buckeye represents, an abundance, whatever you want in your relationships, right? So on one side, we got this abundance. On the other side, there's some type of leap of faith energy showing up here, Leo, with the frog pushing off of that over time, the rope charm on the bottom here. And it's leading towards the hummingbird. Okay, so the hummingbird is about something non traditional, perhaps, or trusting our intuition, doing things that we know we're naturally good at, and we don't care necessarily what people think in the way that we respond to our relationships. So that can be scary, right? That can be a big leap of faith for some people or throughout our lives in different points. but there's all this good luck around it right here with the horseshoe and the ladybug inside of it. And this is a big piece of the puzzle, um, about how we can continue all of this movement here with the bicycle in our relationships. It could also be for a small few about something to do with travel, because you actually, let me move the buckeye. You actually have your ship charm and the bicycle together, so it's like it could be double travel thing. So maybe it's like taking a vacation with somebody, or traveling to somebody or with somebody, or maybe there's travel, limitations or restrictions or something, but it doesn't feel limiting. It feels lighter than that, right? And now, if it's not travel, it could also just be that movement that I was talking about is a big piece of the puzzle. Um, and when I say movement, I mean change, right? Um, and letting that energy flow through. There could also be something here about, like being by water, or I don't know. It's really interesting because the hummingbird's beak is going towards the bottom of the ship charm. So it's like the hummingbird. I said hummingbee. I meant to say hummingbird is like drinking the water underneath the ship. Hmm. Definitely something interesting going on here. It's going to be different for everybody because it is a general reading. But just kind of think about maybe like what that means for you. Um, Now, as we go this way, I'm going to flip this over too. We've got the crown charm on top of the corn charm, and then we have, our honeybee over that way. So all of these things too are on the heart on the mat, right? And so I consider this like the heart chakra. Um, so it's it's saying here, Leo, something about either working with a higher up, okay, someone that has more knowledge or confidence in like relationships in general, or it's your own leadership qualities, or it's both of those things, about how to plant something of substance, like good, deep relationships, not fake relationships. So we see that individual power and that community power here with the honeybee, because if all the little worker bees quit, there would be no honey, and then the queen bee would die. So that's why it's like individual power and community power. Um, so I like that together there. I think it goes back to over here when we're talking about that equal give and take, and making sure, everybody is, um, like putting in the same effort, or not the same exactly, but they're there's an equal give and take. I don't know how else to say it. Okay. Um, so also when we go this way here, Leo, with this, conch seashell, it just fell over. This is feminine energy. So we're going to say divinely feminine energy, right? Higher vibrational feminine energy. And we all have masculine and feminine. Is softening up the heart chakra here for also someone or some energy to really think about what they're digesting in terms of their relationships here. And somebody wants to eat the support. Somebody's like, I am ready to be supported. Okay. Again, whether it's a person or just an energy, because it is eating, the whale vertebrae bone. Okay, the backbone, the support. Again, feminine energy with this seashell over here. And remember, we have, not only the support, but we have the safety pin here. So feeling a sense of safety in the relationships. Somebody or some energy is definitely ready for that. And it could be, not saying that they weren't or you weren't before, but it's different somehow. Here with, the dragonfly that's then touching, um, the elephant, and then touching the second honeybee here, it's like memories of what are my dreams of the type of relationships I want, whether it's romantic, work partnership, self-love, friends and family. There's memories here, and feeling that support too. Um, So I definitely like that. And then there's all this good luck because it's all touching. These things are all touching each other. They cross the line, but they still apply to relationships here, okay? So double good luck too with this four-leaf clover on the other side. Um, Somebody or some energy could also be processing a lot of things while they're sleeping with the baby face down here and cutting away something. There's like this proactive, assertive energy with that. But the more you do that or someone else does, it just brings in even more good luck in the relationships. Um, we talked a little bit about this before for the collective overall with the turtle here. We have Venus in retrograde this month, okay? That definitely affects relationships. So anytime we have a planet or asteroid in retrograde motion, it just means we need to review, revise, release, slow down something here, okay? So that definitely makes sense with the turtle here. And we see Cupid there, like pointing to the relationship section if you follow its arrow. Oops, to go back. Um, but we also see really beautifully on this side here, Leo, a lot of answers coming in perhaps from different types of relationships here for you too. So again, romantic, platonic, self-love, etc., work partnerships, etc. And getting back to perhaps this sense of gentleness, like gentle boundaries. Think of a cat, right? Because this is the buckeye tooth. Cats are really good with their boundaries. Um, so with the deer as a gentle animal, it's gentle boundaries. Something about the home here too, with the chair showing up. So it could be like, well, where do we feel at home in our various different types of relationships, or it could be our actual physical home. And if we live with other people, that would make sense too. Um, so there's success there with the fish. Um, and the more that we are here, Leo, that's you again, Leo the lion, the more that you or someone else, or depending on where you have Leo in your chart, right, is proactive with any challenges that show up. It's like you're wishing to be more proactive with the challenges, or someone else's, or the energy is, because you are protected. So whatever these relationship challenges are, you're safe, you're protected. There's a real need to go with the flow here, and maybe even if there's a decision to hold off until March, right? Because we also have Mercury in retrograde coming up. So whatever it is, right? You don't have to take that like so literally, but there's a need to go with the flow here. And also, remember that call and response I was saying before in the other section, but now we're talking about relationships, is if we're going to listen, if we're going to listen, yes. If we're going to listen, then we're going to get a message. Or if we're going to ask for something, we're going to get a message, okay, or opportunity here. So on one side, we have that listening seashell, and then on the other, we have that letter message document charm. And this could come from your support system is this fish vertebrae is in between the two, right? This is so exciting. I'm like, yay, Leo, I love this reading for you. I know we're not done yet, but I'm like, this is so cool. So you have to let me know later in the comments if you want, or privately, if this makes sense. Now, let's see. Did we go over everything in relationships? I think so. Yeah. Okay. So we're not going to talk about this stuff yet because it doesn't touch or apply, and we didn't talk about that stuff. But we did all the ones that kind of are connected. Okay. So, where was this? This was here. That's right. Go back where you were. Now let's move into... Let's do body and... No, we already did body. No? Okay. Spirit just said it. I was like, we're either doing work or money or body and mental health. And I said body, so I guess we're going that way. All right. So let's see here, Leo. You have quite a few things going on in the past, stuff on the white part of the mat in this section. So we'll go over that first and then move inward. All right, but this is where it's so interesting. If I turn it this way, both of your skulls are in this section this month. Okay, one is in the past, one is in the future, current, present energies. So this can tell us that someone or some energy is thinking a lot about someone's body and mental health. Perhaps you or someone else with energy got some type of information in the past. It could have something to do with like hereditary things because it's really close to the skeleton hand, like family, um, not just like diseases, but because it doesn't have to be like that, but it could be just things in the family or something that relates to passed on loved ones, friends, ancestors for some, but not everybody. It could also just be that whatever this information that came in through the past, that your spiritual team wanted you to know that they were around for that, whatever that means, okay? And as we go up this way, over here, there was like a lot of emotions around someone's health here in the past, but they looked like they were positive emotions here with the money bags. So maybe somebody was like on one side following their North Star here and working even through something they've wanted for a long time or even past life stuff to manifest something in terms of their body and mental health here, and working with others with that because that is the coyote claw, the pack animal, right? So working with others. And then on the other side over here, there was a little bit maybe of some stagnant energy in the past, but it could have been a catalyst for then Saturn to come in here and be like, okay, somebody needs to get proactive or assertive um, around getting serious about their body and mental health, or more organized, or paying the bills so we can see the doctor or whatever it is, or go to the the counselor or the mental health therapist or whatever. Okay, but it's like good stuff here and then maybe not as fun stuff, like both is showing up in the past. Now if we flip this over, this is my symbol for Capricorn, the goat here. So this could have something to do with a Capricorn here, Leo, or during Capricorn season, or you have Capricorn in your chart. If it's none of those things, it could also just be what Capricorn the goat represents. So not giving up and traveling difficult pathways, difficult roads, and not giving up in terms of someone's body and mental health. Okay? I freaking love this right here, Leo. You have the freedom handcuffs, and inside of it, well, Pegasus is on one side, so it's like double freedom. And then if I move it over, inside of it is the yin yang, and it's right on the word on mental. So someone or some energy here is really um, going to feel, if not already, like really balanced in their mind and good mental health. I love it. Very, very cool. Now, if we go this way, this is super interesting here too. We have the bow and arrow Sagittarius energy here. It's like pointing to that letter message document charm that we talked about earlier, but in a different way. So this is like, if it doesn't represent something to do with a Sagittarius or Sagittarius season, blah blah blah, you know the deal by now, hopefully. It's really like what are our body and mental health goals, and maybe the goal is um, getting some type of information. It's like it started in the past with the book charm out here, but maybe you're waiting for test results, or maybe it's not even like information like that. It could be an opportunity for something for someone's overall health. Okay, but I like that it's pointing that way. Um, Also, whatever this information is or opportunity, um, it's being answered because someone was listening for it and now it's being answered. Um, and with that fish vertebrae bone backbone piece in between your support system, friends, family, romantic partner, etc., whatever your support system is. They're like here for it, and they're also supporting this for you too. Very cool. This also, if we go back this way, it's something about possibly boundaries as well. So someone can focus on their body and mental health. With that, the bobcat tooth here, um, it's like your loved ones definitely support this. With Cupid here, there's finding answers like when we are gentle with the body and the mental health for ourselves and others here, definitely with that deer tooth. These boundaries could also be something about like where we feel at home in our body, in our mind, or something to do with our physical home. Um, like creating boundaries of like, okay, well, now I'm going to go work out in this room and you're going to stay in this room. Or like, I don't know, that's a weird example, but hopefully you get what I'm trying to say. Um, so when you do this, Leo, or someone else does, or the energy shifts this way, you're going to feel more at home in your body and mental health if you're a sun sign Leo, or you got a lot of Leo in your chart, because there you are. Or you could also just feel more passion and creativity to work through any body and mental health challenges. Okay, so being more proactive and assertive with those and going with the flow and knowing you're protected. Um, very, very cool. Now, there's something else. Oh, yeah, forgot right here. Okay, so if we go back up to this line, we do see right on the line the feather, okay, is then coming over this way, and the feather is just like the broom. So it's about clearing and cleansing something in the body or mental health areas that needs to go away, right? But this it like affects someone's whole environment here with the spider and the spider web. And it could be, again, here, Leo, this is like one of your better readings in a while. I feel like I can't remember all your readings, of course, but you have on one side the witch charm, and then on the other you have the seahorse. So one represents friends or friendly type of energy, and the other represents family, blood family, or whoever you consider your tribe. They're like, we have your back and we want you to feel better, and we're supporting whatever this is. So that's really cool. And also, there could be a teacher, a mentor, a guide. Again, since we're talking about health, it could be a doctor, trainer, etc. Um, or your own leadership qualities here that are double supporting all this clearing, also with the leaf. So, listening to how to keep clearing this. It could have something to do with like nutrition a little bit because it's an apple and we're talking about mental health and body. I mean, not mental health, but body health. Well, apples can be good for mental health too. Whatever. Um, but this is like a there's like a wishful energy here too. So listening to somebody's wishes or own wishes and trying to bring in that soft feminine receiving energy to work for the overall body and mental health. Okay. Um, what else? I talked about this. I talked about that in terms of health. I can't remember if we went this way. Well, I'll just summarize it real quickly in case I didn't go this way. Um, this is like, again, someone is like eating their support system. They're like scooping it up and they're like, oh, you want to support me with my body and mental health? Like, I love that you're here for me. So you're doing this, Leo, or someone else is for you, or both, right? It could be. But there's also all that beautiful protection, the need to go slow a little bit with any of these changes, or reinforcing memories of feeling safe to do this, Again, individual power and community power. Like, what's my individual responsibility for my body and mental health? And what's the community aspect with the professionals, the doctors, etc. All this good luck around it as well with that green lucky rabbit's foot. Okay. And the last thing is the baby and the scissors and the second raccoon penis bone. So, cutting away things that maybe your inner child here or someone's inner child here, Leo, is like not good for the health, and you know it, or somebody knows it, or the baby knows it. I don't know. Um, it could also be cutting away things that are no longer good for the health, that is going to make your rest more restorative here, or something like that. Okay. All right. I think we got all of it. I'll double check. Yes. Okay. Whew, child. All right. Your last section here, Leo, is now your work and money section. Okay. So look a little bit at what's in the past here and then move forward. But I haven't talked about this at all through most of the reading yet. Okay. So this will be interesting. But first thing over here is we have one of the human tooth bones showing up here, and then we have the cloud. Okay, so some energy in the past in terms of somebody's work, money, finances, or how they're feeling valued in some way. There was a little bit of confusion here in the past with that, and it could have been because somebody either gave a no or received a no, or it just was no in general in the energy. Um, but the good thing is it doesn't have to be a no for forever, right? And sometimes that famous saying is rejection is God's protection, right? Even though that looks scary, it's still an angel, right? It doesn't necessarily look like this one, okay? But it's still an angel. So, however that showed up here for you, Leo, or for someone else, or for the energy, um, it's this is your, well, I guess, yeah, it is your least active section. So, I feel like that no is there for a reason. And if we look at the next thing that's on the line that also applies to this section, is remember we have those peace doves underneath that first raccoon penis bone. So it's like being proactive to protect someone's peace. Like this no, okay, whatever it is, maybe it's so you can continue to have a peaceful work environment, or be continue to have a peaceful um, money situation, or your finances, or your sense of being valued here. Again, if it's a no for now, it doesn't have to be for forever. Okay. Look at the astrology, right? We have all those planets in retrograde. It could be just like the universe, spiritual team saying, hold off until the middle of April, okay, or the end of April, or whatever it is. Um, but I do see also here too, Leo, that there's a lot of manifesting here with that raccoon claw, very close to the second raccoon penis bone. So manifesting all this good luck in terms of somebody's work or money or finances. Very, very cool. It could be in this way for some people, that if you do have children in the 3D world, whether they're your children or someone else's, that maybe you have to like cut back with how much work you're doing, or cut back your time with the kids so you can work more, or it could go a couple different ways. Or if you don't have children or someone else's children affecting your work or money situation, it could just be like your inner child is like, you need more rest. It's definitely cutting something here, like less working in some way, or maybe it's a big expense, like I don't know. Again, it would be different for everybody, but don't lose focus, because even though you have the no, look at the green lucky rabbit's foot. There's a majority in this section this time. So all this good luck. If we pick it up and move it over, double good luck here too with that four-leaf clover there. Protection, right? Our dreams or memories of our relationship to money and even past jobs or our relationships on how we react to where we work or what we do for work. There's a real look at like the individual power and community power with that, okay? So that could be community power, could be coworkers, bosses, etc., or bankers, or whatever it is. But there's still a need to go slow with that with the turtle as well. Because if we go this way here, Leo, there is your spiritual team here with that angel coin right next to the ship charm and then touching the lizard. There will be a sense of freedom and safety with the work or at work with the money, the finances, when we heal and we maybe bring in or accept some new ideas. Somebody or some energy needs to be proactive with these new ideas. So if things aren't working right now, or how the yeah, if they're not working right now in some way, again because of the no, it's like we need to bring in some new ideas, change things up. Okay, now where else were we going? This way. If we go this way in terms of work or money or finances or being valued, Leo, your loved ones, people that love you and you love them, they want you to have these work boundaries, okay, or boundaries with the work or money. And perhaps they also want you to listen when you get messages, listen when you get opportunities, okay? They could also, your support system, loved ones, want you to focus on where either something to do with the home. Okay, maybe maybe I said before, a big expense with the home, or maybe it's like, well, where do you feel at home when you're working or with the work or the money, the finances, a sense of being valued. So when you or someone else is more proactive with any challenges there, you're going to start feeling like yourself. And I said it in the beginning of the reading, I think, like these challenges is not, nobody wishes for challenges, but it's like somebody's up for it. Does that make sense, Leo? Like somebody is like motivated in a weird way by that. And there's all this protection there and that need to go with the flow. All right. So I think that's everything. Let me pull back out. I think so. And last thing, real quick, this way for work or money, finances, like again, really taking advantage of our support system. Okay, so what is our what's the way to say it, like what are we digesting energetically at work with the money, the finances, with the fork there touching all these things and then coming back here. So what is our money mindset? Whatever it is, it's like taking on this support system and letting the support show up in different ways and being open to that, and those new ideas is really what's gonna keep bringing in all this good luck. Okay, so I'm gonna end there because I don't want to keep repeating myself or making it more confusing, so hopefully that makes sense. All right, but let me go ahead and put the camera back up here real quickly and just kind of say goodbye to you guys for now. So that is your reading, dear Leo, and thank you as always for your support and your energy and likes and shares and all the good things, whether it's here on YouTube or Facebook, eventually on Instagram and TikTok. Enjoy this time period, and it was really interesting reading, so I'd be interested in to hear how it goes. All right. But if not, that's okay too. But you guys take care, and I will see you later. and I will be back. What day is it? I'll be back Wednesday, hopefully. No, yeah. What day is it? It's Tuesday. I'll be back Thursday. Just kidding. I'll be back Thursday with the rest of the signs going backwards through the signs for the horoscopes. All right. So you guys take care. I need coffee. I will see you guys later. Bye.